Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was earlier, and I hope you're really being thankful about things in your life, the things that you have. Be grateful for everything. Every time you receive something, even if you were able to make it through a whole week of work and you got your paycheck and you got there safe, be grateful for everything. The more grateful that you are, the more God will give back to you, like being so grateful for everything that you have, even your children, your family, your health. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight. And also, not only that, you could share these videos with your family, your friends, a green parrot, because wow, they were talking up a storm. I don't know, I think they were having some kind of family argument today out in a couple trees where I was earlier. I was like, I wanted to have a talk with them too and say, what's up guys and girls, what's going on? But yeah, you can there's a lot of green parrots out here. They are so beautiful. Polly, want a cracker? So not only to share my videos with a green parrot, you can also share my videos with a skunk. You, who did that? Starlight did not. So anyway, yeah, you could share my videos with a skunk. What does it mean when you see a green parrot? What does it mean when you see a silly skunk? So Starlight seen one of those early in the morning one day. And anyway, besides that is you can check out my playlist. And don't forget the notification bell. That way you do not miss any videos. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, is today, or tonight actually, is I wanted to reach out to all of you because Starlight is always like studying people and seeing what kind of video I can come up with, and sometimes it's just like it's a natural flow. Everywhere I look there's another video, another topic. So today it's for people out there. Maybe some of you've gone through this, or maybe you know someone. It's either you've been there, done that, or you know someone and you see it in them. Is the way society is that we have been taught, because of the Hollywood stars, is like when I used to live in New York, there was I don't know who the guy was, it just was a stranger riding his pickup truck, and it was only, a lot of times you see these on pickup trucks, but it was like whoever has the most toys wins, or something like that, or whatever. And so the way a lot of people are in society is, and it starts off when you're a child, when you're growing up, and depending on the kind of family you come from, and what kind of friends you have and stuff like that. And so like even in school, I remember, I don't remember having it, but I ended up seeing other kids do this, in their schools, where they had show and tell. So kids would bring, of course, if Starlight had a show and tell, she probably wouldn't have anything to bring in and show and tell. But I couldn't compete against all the kids at school with what they had going on in school, So anyway, that was like, you'd bring something, and I'm just looking if I have anything. And no, I don't have any. Well, like this bell, like, hey, this is my bell, or whatever, so you'd show it, and you'd tell what it does, and you know, you just kind of like almost like you're going to sell it to the kids, try to get them to sell it. And that is pretty much how society is like, you know, hey, you know, and it starts out when kids are going to school, and, you know, and like I said, it depends on the kind of family they came from. Everyone that surrounds them, you know, could be uncles or aunts or, you know, maybe friends of the family or something like that. And, you know, I actually, when I was growing up, we actually had a person like this. So I witnessed this, you know, the person passed away a long time ago, but, you know, it was a friend of the family, and he was really into his cars. I mean, you wouldn't want to touch that car. You wouldn't want to, you know, like put a scratch or a dent or anything like that on this car. So there's a lot of, I have met, you know, like Starlight has dealt with this in her own life, you know, where some people will buy a pickup truck, and it's a brand new pickup truck where, trying to think, where, you know, you get inside of the pickup truck and you're afraid to move. You're so afraid that, you know, you're going to do something wrong. My kids actually, you know, like, and these people also, some things that they might do is when they buy furniture, Starlight had to deal with this when I was younger with my kids, is they bought brand new furniture and it still had the plastic on. Guess what? The plastic stayed on. And the person was so afraid that my kids, being that they were, you know, 2 and 5, that they were going to get the couch dirty. And so, so yeah, there's people out there that they're really materialistic. And when I was like 15 years old, before I turned 15 years old, and this is because my parents got divorced around when I was 12, and then my dad, boom, that quick, ended up marrying another lady. I mean, it just was so fast, is that we went from living in a trailer and not being able to touch the radio or the TV, and then everything changed, you know, and then we moved in with my stepmother. Well, actually, it was my dad's brand new mobile home that he bought her. And then it was MTV. I don't know when MTV came out, but that's when all the music videos, and I discovered, these were my 3 main singers at the time that changed Starlight's life around for the better in this way. Madonna was one, Michael Jackson, and Prince. Those 3 stood out to me when I was turned on to MTV. Starlight was such a nut. I would clean dishes, and then a song came on, and I stopped doing the dishes, ran out in the living room and danced, and then went back to the, you know, it was just nonstop like that. So Starlight was really loving Madonna in those days, because that's, and one of the songs that, you know, I say all this because one of the songs that Madonna sung that goes right along with this is Material Girl, you know. And so this is why I wanted to make this video today, is I did see a couple of men, and this doesn't just happen to men, it happens to women too, you know. You know, women could be different what they go out and spend their money on, but it's, you know, have you ever done this where all the things that you thought you needed or wanted or desired, and you just never could get it off your mind, like a brand new pickup truck, or ladies like, you know, maybe an expensive pocketbook. You know, Starlight doesn't spend a lot of money on a pocketbook. You know, I wouldn't even know what an expensive brand name. I'm not into that, but I do have relatives that they know the names of expensive pocketbooks or this or that. They're really into knowing the name brands, you know, of expensive clothing or pocketbooks or shoes or whatever, you know. So women might, you know, want a certain car also. But I seen a couple guys, and I was like, the one guy, he was definitely, you know, like is his God, you know, and I have to say, I am rich and I am a millionaire and I am abundant. When I say that, I'm also saying that in my past, Starlight has never had like so much money she didn't know what to do with. But I do know that things can change people. It can, like people that win the lotto or something, a lot of them, they lose the money somehow or another, they blow the money away or whatever. So, is there things that you always thought that you wish you always had, and when you got it, then, it really wasn't everything that you thought that it was going to be? That happiness that you first had when you got it, and a lot of times people want things like expensive cars or other things is to impress people that they know. Like, hey, a lot of guys will do this to pick up girls, and Starlight likes looking at cars. I've actually have stopped by as I'm walking and, seen a guy's car and like, hey, wow, that's they have a car out in this area, and I took pictures of it. And, it was the first time I seen one in Colorado at a gas station. I was like, wow, look at that car. It looked like something that came from another planet, but it was here. And now I've been seeing, like black ones, silver ones. I think I've seen a purple one, but if I can find it on my flash drives and put it out on my video, I will, because I do have my flash drives here. So I have no clue. And so I had my camera and I went over to the car, and the guys had their windows open or they were doing something in the car, and they were actually charging it up. It's electric car, and that's what they were doing. And so I am like, hey, can I check out your car? Because it reminded me of like a UFO, but it was on the ground like some kind of space vehicle. And so that's why Starlight was like, Starlight's an alien. But and I couldn't believe it, they had this screen that was inside the dashboard of this car, and they were freaking two guys were sitting there playing video games right on the dashboard of that car. But now, now that I've seen so many of them, now it's not a big deal anymore when I see it, see? At first I was like, wow, that's so cool. And now that I see it and I see them more and, like here and there and different colors, the silver, it looks crappy after a while. It looked really awesome when it was brand new, and the two guys that were riding that vehicle, it wasn't even their vehicle. They were just, like they were just sent out to ride it around and do stuff with it. So I asked them if I could take a picture, and so I did. So, a lot of guys will go out and it's like a chick, to pick up chicks, or these days, depending on the guy, it might even be to pick up guys. So anyway, is that really going to keep you happy? Because, a lot of people, they spend a lot of money and, they're doing payments every month, and now it's not so feeling good, every month it's like, oh, everybody thought it was great in the beginning of when you got the vehicle, and now you don't want anything to happen to it, because you never know, some of these cars are really expensive to find the parts. I wanted a vehicle a while back and somebody's like, oh, the parts are really expensive, they're hard to get. So that does go on with a lot of vehicles depending on what kind you get. And the other thing that a lot of people, including Starlight, but there's a little twist on this, is you might think, wow, I would be happy if I could go out with that guy right there. See that guy? Or Starlight's not this type. I am only into guys, not women. But you guys might be like, that girl, and you could know her. It's not like, a stranger. It's somebody that you actually know a lot about. And you're like, if I only could get with that girl, I would be happy. If I only could have that, I would be happy. And I have to say though, money can, if you let money control you, money can mess up your world big time. If you let your ego be your amigo, and you go out and you're buying things, but you're buying it to show it off to other people. Even clothing, like clothing can change people. And I see this a lot, either in men or women. They have certain clothing, and it gives them a whole, when they wear it, just like if I wore different clothing, it's another like version of me with those different clothing. Even the clothes I have now, each thing I wear, like if I wear a dress, I feel different. If I wear a short skirt in certain colors, and the shoes and the hair, shit, I'm like a different version of myself with certain clothing and stuff like that. And that is the thing with money, is that you have to be careful, because money can make people happy, but you don't want money to actually overtake you, where you lose who you really were before it came along. And so there's people out there that worship their cars, like I seen today, where it's like, they're and this is what happened when I was younger. This one guy that is no longer here, one of my dad's friends, is that he polished that, anytime. That's all I can remember of the guy, him being outside. He always had some kind of cool design on the hood. It could be some kind of spider or an eagle on the hood. Every single car that he had some kind of design on the hood. And these cars were expensive, where you couldn't just go out and get the part. And of course, like growing up around this, I always heard him complaining, because he had to, he really kept the car up. If something didn't sound right, it went in a shop, and then he had to go out and get the parts. And so then he had to wait a long time, and then he had to pay a lot of money for that. And so you really don't want to go out and just to go out to try to please other people. It's really buy what you want. Like Starlight later on, there's something that I desire, like as far as a car goes, because, my name or whatever, so I wouldn't mind actually having something, but it would be something that I'm not going to get that to impress other people. It is something that to bless myself with by getting something like that, So not that Starlight's ever going to do that. I'm just saying there's a dream car that, I don't even know the brand. I don't even know, but, it's just designing, a car. So is that we do have to be careful. It's not the things that are going to keep us happy in life, is that, like, even if I desired a certain man, I got to do the work in me first, because if I don't really work on myself, I could say, if I got the man that I thought that I really needed to keep me happy, it's not about that man that's going to keep me happy. It's me keeping me happy. It's working on me, where I love myself. It's where I love myself first before God, before I can even be happy in that relationship. It's loving me. It's spending time with me and finding out who I am, and it's not about buying something to keep me happy. It's the happiness inside of me, working in my heart, keeping my heart right with myself first, keeping clear with God, Hey, if God's saying, Starlight, you got to work on this problem here, like pride or your ego, I got to, okay, God, yes, I need to work on that. I need to love myself. I need to accept myself, and, that man could, I could be happy with who I am and love myself unconditionally. And then, yes, when I manifest that particular man in my life, I could definitely be happier with him, but I already was happy before, I manifested that special man in my life. So don't think by just getting that girl is that she's going to be the one to make you happy. No, you got to have that happiness. You got to make yourself happy. She's not going to make you happy. If you're not happy with yourself first, you got to actually love yourself. And then when she does come in, if she's the right girl, if you're looking at the outward appearance and you don't really know her, well, that could really turn things around and you could be miserable because you didn't get to know her. But you want to get to work on yourself first, because I do know people out there right now, they're like, you're exactly what I'm looking for. How is that? You don't even know who I am, How do you know that I'm what you're looking for? And so people will proclaim that they're the one for you, but they're not even being honest with themselves and they're not even being honest with you. So how is that going to work? If they're not, they got a lot of healing to do. They got to work on themselves. Somebody that's been working on themselves is not going to go with somebody that's not doing the work inside of them already. So, you've got to really be mindful of the kind of things out there that you're chasing, because you might think that car is what you need. Later on, who's around anyway? Like earlier when I seen a couple of guys at the same park, the one guy called out to me thinking I needed help. And, I was friendly when I came through, I'm very friendly to people, but sometimes people think, hey, I got a beautiful car and now I can get anyone I want. No, you can't. It shouldn't be about the car to pull women in, because they might get pulled in by your beautiful car, but they're going to find out who you are as a human being. Who are you as a human being? It's not about your car. Shit, you could get that girl that you want in your car. She could go with you. You could be a gentleman and give her a ride around, but that might be as far as it goes. Or possibly you might be the kind of guy that's funny and has a good sense of humor, and but there's shit about you that she doesn't know about you, and you don't even know who she is, just because the outward appearance looks great, and you're like, hey, I want to impress now it's like, it's not only about the car now, it's about, hey, now I got this car and I got this chick in my car. Now you can get the whole entire package, the car, the chick, and then you're miserable at the end. You're just miserable. I got the car that I always... So you could get the dream car and get the chick in the car, but you're miserable. You find out, she was just using you. She was taking you, you thought you were taking her for a ride, but she was taking you for a ride. So it is, you got to really be mindful. It's not about the material stuff, and like I put in the other videos, that you don't have to spend money, to try to win people. Please don't use your money as a tool to say, hey, I'm gonna, I got this beautiful car and I'm gonna use it as a woman magnet, to draw women in. But what women are you drawing in? Are you even happy with who you are? Or is it that you're always going out and buying material value, material possessions to keep you happy? You don't have to go out and, if you worked on yourself, find out who you are, worked on yourself and get yourself healed, you won't need all those things out there. And I'm not saying that those things can't make you happy, Starlight's very appreciative of everything she has, and I'm very happy with everything I have in my car. But I'm grateful how God blessed me with these things, I am so thankful for the clothing I have. And so it is not about my clothing. It's not about the car. It's not, it's about you. It's about who are you as a person. So anyway, hey, if you have money, don't let the money control you and get you to change who you are. But you also want to work on yourself, find out who you are, and do the inner work. And that's where you're going to find the real peace and happiness that you're really searching for. It's not outside of you, but it's all inside. Anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And don't forget the notification bell. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends. Let's see. A duck and a bobcat. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you so much. And first, I love myself. It's a lot of work inside that we have to do. So don't think that by buying that car is going to get you that girl that you're thinking you're going to get, because there's things you don't know about her, and there's things that she doesn't know about you. You got to do the inward work and get healed. And that's how you're going to find true happiness. It's all inside your heart space. Anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.